Dear friends, see last time we saw what is path length, what is displacement. Okay, we also saw about what is speed and what is velocity. Now I'll give you one example for the practice. Let us say an object moves on path ABC. This is 5 meter, 12 meter. Okay, now see our direction also mentioned: east, west, north and south. Now see the object moves on the path ABC. Okay, what do we have to find out? Speed and velocity. Now to find the speed and velocity, we require distance, and that is path length and displacement. Now first we find out the path length or distance, that is AB plus BC. Okay. Now see the time to move from A to C, let us say given is 5 seconds. Now we have obtained the path length. Now the displacement. Now as we have discussed earlier, see the displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. So A is our initial point, position, xi. This is our final position. xf is the final position. AC is a displacement. There is a AC. Now this is a right angle triangle, AB square plus. Now you studied about this. Pythagoras secret 30 meters. Okay. Now we have to find out the speed. Speed is distance upon time. Velocity is displacement upon time. Distance here is how much? 30. Okay. Sorry, 5 plus 12 is 17 meter. 17 upon 5. AB plus BC is 5 plus 12 will be 17. Displacement we have obtained is this. Now 17 by 5 is 13 by 4. 13 by 10, 3.4 meter per second. And okay, so this is how we can find out speed and velocity. Okay, now we take another example in which we will understand distance, displacement, speed and velocity. Now as I mentioned, whenever we have one dimension, we consider x-axis. Now let us say an object starts from A, moves to B, and finally reach to C. Okay? So we move on ABC path. Okay. Now let us say time to move from A to B is 6 seconds and B to C is 4 seconds. Okay. Now see what we have to calculate. First we have to calculate distance, then displacement, and then speed and velocity. Now see the distance or a path length is AB plus BC. See this, it has started from A to B, then B to C. Now what is distance AB? See distance formula we discussed, A minus B. What is the number corresponds to A? Is 40. Number corresponding to B is this 70. Now See the origin to the left to the origin, 0 is the origin, left is considered negative. C correspond to minus 20. Okay. Minus 30. Okay. Now, as we discussed, distance is always positive. 120 meters. Okay. Now, displacement. Okay. Now, as I told, displacement can be positive, 0 or negative. Okay. Now, displacement is xf minus xi. See what is the final position? See, A is our initial position xi. C is the final position xf. What is the number correspond to C? That is minus 20. And what is number correspond to A? That is 40. Okay. What do the negative sign shows here? See, the negative sign shows that it has moved left to the initial point. It has moved to left to the initial point. Now we have obtained distance and displacement. Okay. Now we have obtained distance and displacement. See, the total time A to B is 6 seconds, B to C is 4 seconds. So total time okay. So now once we have obtained path length or distance and displacement, we can easily calculate the speed and the velocity. Now speed is distance upon time. Now distance we have calculated as 120 meter, time is 10 seconds. Okay. Now velocity is displacement upon time. Now displacement is minus 60. Okay. Time is 10 seconds. Okay. Now see, the velocity we obtain is a negative value. Speed is scalar quantity. Okay. More regarding scalar and vector quantity we will study in the higher standard. Okay. Speed is always positive. See here, we get the positive value 12 meter per second. But the velocity can be positive, 0 or negative. That is an important characteristic of the velocity. So here, velocity we obtain as a minus 6 meter per second. So this is about how we can obtain speed and velocity. Okay, now we have taken a number of examples in which we have obtained path length, that is distance. See, we have obtained displacement, then how to calculate speed and velocity. Now we proceed further. Okay, we can have a number of examples. See, that is, I will give you in the practice. Now, see, speed is distance upon time. Next we have to study average speed. Is total distance upon total time. Okay? Speed is distance upon time, whereas average speed is the total distance upon total time. Now we take a simple example. Suppose a 100-meter race. See, an athlete moves from A to B. See, first 60 meter, okay, it covers in 7 seconds. Okay, and the remaining 40 meter it covers in 3 seconds. Okay, what will be the average speed? Now here, total distance is 60 plus 40. And total time okay. Now average speed. See the symbol for average speed. V bar or okay. See, this we call as V bar, that is a symbol of average speed. See, when we represent in form of a bracket, then also it is represents the average speed. So this is a symbol of average speed. Okay. Now see here, average speed is total distance upon total time. Total distance is 100, total time is 10 meter per second. Okay, so this is how we can obtain the average speed. Now, see, right now it is given some numerical value. Now what happens if it is given in terms of the parts? Now we start with a simple example. Now see, first, this is very important. See, the outcome can be used as a formula also. Now let us say an object moves from A to B. Okay. Now see, the half of the distance it moves with the speed v1, and remaining half distance it moves with the speed v2. What will be the average speed? So here what we say, that in both parts distance is same. Okay. Now see, the question says the half of the distance covered it moves with the speed v1 and remaining half distance with the speed v2. What you have to calculate? Average speed. Now what is the formula of the average speed? Total distance upon total time. Now see, the total distance but what we see from the data, nowhere time is given. Nowhere time is given, so first you have to find out time. So let us say in the first part here time is t1, and in the second part time is t2. Okay. Now we use the formula speed is equal to distance upon time. Speed distance is d by 2, time is t1. So t1 is d upon 2 v1. This will move to the denominator. Similarly, second part distance is d by 2 and speed is v2. D by 2 and time is t2. So t2 is d upon 2 v2. Now what is total time? Let us say t. Total time will be sum of this t1 plus t. See how we have obtained this? Speed is distance upon time, that is v1 is d by 2 upon, let us say, time is t1. So t1 will be d upon 2 v1. v2 will be d by 2 upon t2. This 2 will move to the denominator and we interchange the position. So the total time is d upon 2 v1 plus. See what we can take common? D by 2 common. 1 upon v1 plus 1 upon v2. Okay. Now we try to simplify. v1 plus v2 upon. Okay. Okay. Now this is a total time. Now average speed is total distance. What is total distance? Here is d. And what is total time that we have obtained? D v1 plus v2. Okay. Now if I simplify, this will move to the numerator. Okay. So when we are given a data in such a way, in the distance in the both part is same, speed is different, then average speed v bar is 2 v1 v2 upon. See, sometimes they arrange like this. Sometimes they arrange like this, that also true. Suppose if I take reciprocal of this, 1 upon v bar is v1 plus v2 upon 2 v1 v2. 2 I am taking on the left hand side, v1 plus v2 upon. Now v1 upon v1 v2 plus. Okay. 1 upon v2 plus okay. Sometimes you may see in this format, okay, but basic formula will be this. See, in the both part distance is same, then average speed is 2 v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2. See, this can be extended to more number of parts also, but right now it is not in our scope, so that's why we do not discuss. So this was the first case where in the both part distance is same. Now see, we discuss the second case where time is same in both part. Okay, time is same in both part. Let us say the object moves from A to B. See, for time t it travels with the speed v1, and for the similar time it moves with the speed v2. See, earlier part what we saw, the distance was same in the both part, but you can see here time is same but speed is different. Now what is the formula of the average speed we have talked? It is total distance upon total time. But what we see from the data, nowhere distance is given. So what we have to do? First obtain the distance. Now see, total time we are already having, but distance is not there. We use the formula speed is equal to distance upon time. See, the first part, let us say distance is d1, and the second part distance is d2. Okay, now speed v1 is d1 upon t. By the same reasoning, okay, now what is the total distance? Now what we have done, d we have obtained in terms of v and t, that is b. T is common. Okay, now we have obtained total distance. Now total time we are already having, total distance we have obtained. Average speed is total distance upon total time. Total distance we have, total time is this. Okay, so this is how we can prove that when time interval is same in both parts, average speed is v1 plus v2 by. Okay, these are important derivation. Okay, will be useful to in solving the example. This we can remember as a formula also. Okay, so once we remember in terms of the formula, we can easily calculate the sum. See, I take a simple example based on these two formula. Okay, see, a car covers first half of distance covered with speed of 30 km/h, and remaining half with speed of 80 km/h. Okay, calculate. Okay, see, a car covers first of the distance covered with a speed of 30 km/h, and the remaining half with a speed of 80 km/h. calculate the average speed. Now see the first half, that is d by 2, and remaining half, okay, distance d by 2. So which is the case here? Just now we have obtained that average speed is, see, 2 v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2. Here there is d by 2 d by 2. So what is the formula? Average speed is, okay, now what is v1 is 30, okay, 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 kilometer per hour. So here also the case where distance in the both half is same, so we can use the formula 2 v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2. Now let us say we take another example. Okay. A car travel first 30 minutes speed of 50 km per hour and see a car travel first 30 minute with the speed of 50 km per hour and remaining and next 30 minutes with speed of 70 km per hour. Calculate okay. See a car travel first 30 minutes with the speed of 50 km per hour and next 30 minutes with the speed of 70 km per hour. See what you have to calculate average speed. Now see here, first 30 minutes and the next 30 minutes. See what we see here, the time interval is same. Okay, so now we have seen the formula. When time interval is same, average speed is v1 plus v2 by 2. Okay, so here v1 is how much? 50, v2 is 70, so 50 plus okay. Okay, so this is how we can solve. See in the both part time is same, so we can use the formula average speed is v1 plus v2 by 2. Okay, now this is a formula for the average speed when time interval is same in both parts. See sometimes you may have a combination of this. Okay, sometimes you may have a combination of this, then we should be able to solve. So this is about the average speed and see the average velocity. Okay, now see so far we have talked of distance, displacement, speed and velocity. Now see next we have to see about acceleration. Okay, now okay, see the time rate of change of velocity is called okay. See the time rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. See all of you are knowing that our vehicles are provided accelerator, okay, that you are fond of. Okay, So what is the function of the accelerator? To increase the velocity. And our vehicle also have a brake system that is used to de-accelerate. Okay, that is negative acceleration. See, acceleration is positive, de-acceleration or a retardation, okay, have a negative value. See, acceleration also can be positive, 0 or negative. Okay, so now next we have to see the acceleration. Let us say time t is equal to velocity is u, okay, that we call as initial velocity. Sometimes it is denoted as v0 also. At time t, the velocity is v, that is final velocity. See, by definition, acceleration is change in velocity upon time interval. Okay, acceleration is change in velocity upon time interval. Now here at t is equal to 0, initial velocity is u or v0. At time t, different book it is used differently, so it can be u0 or v, one and the same. At time t, the final velocity. Acceleration is a, symbol is a, is change in velocity. What is change in velocity here? V minus u upon time is t minus c. Okay, so a is equal to v minus u upon t. At is v minus u. Okay, so this is how we obtain the relation between initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration and time. Okay, now what is the unit of acceleration? See, change in velocity, that will be meter per second, and time interval is in second, meter per second square. See, sometimes you write ms minus 2 also. Okay, so acceleration unit is meter per second square. Now, see, what is acceleration? See, the time rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Let us say at t is equal to 0. See, that is moment we start observing motion. Initial velocity is u. See, at time t is equal to t, the final velocity. Acceleration is change in velocity upon time interval. Now we substitute the value. A is equal to v minus u, that is v minus u upon t minus 0. A is equal to v minus u upon t. At is v minus u. V is equal to u plus at. Sometimes you write. Okay. Now, see, when velocity increases with time, it is positive acceleration. Okay, velocity increase with the time, then it is positive acceleration. When velocity decrease with time, it is called negative value. See, this is called retardation or okay, both have the same meaning. Now see, our vehicles are provided with a braking system. Okay, suppose we are moving in a vehicle and when our destination is reached, we apply brake, so there is a decrease in the velocity and finally the vehicle stops. Such motion is called retarded motion or deceleration. Now see, the object moves with a constant velocity. Okay, when the object moves with a constant velocity, acceleration is 0. So in that case, what happened? See, initial velocity and final velocity will be same. Now if I substitute, because v is equal to u, okay. Now in such case, the object moves with a constant velocity. Okay, object moves with a constant velocity. So this is about the acceleration. See, what is acceleration? See, the time rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Formula of acceleration is a is equal to v minus u upon t. See, when the velocity increases with the time, we have got positive value of acceleration. When the velocity decreases with the time, we have got negative value of the acceleration. See, when object moves with a constant velocity, acceleration is c. Okay, so we have to remember this formula. A is equal to v minus u upon t. Now, all this motion we discussed can be represented graphically also. Okay, so today we start with the first time of graph, that is x versus t graph. Okay, x versus t graph. See, x is a distance or a displacement, and t is time. Okay, now see the first type of graph. See, when position of the object do not changes with time, over the time interval, the object is stationary. Okay. Now, see, suppose when you are sitting in a class, see the time has changed, but position do not change. See, that is a object is stationary. First graph. Okay, or object is at rest. Second graph. Okay, x versus t graph. Okay, now here we draw x versus t graph for a given object. Okay, now here what we see, x versus t graph is a straight line. Okay, now see, first time interval is 2 seconds. Distance covered is 6 minus 0 is 6 meter. Okay, 0 to 2 seconds. Time interval 2 seconds. Distance is 6 minus 0 is 6. Now next time interval 4 minus 2. Distance covered is 12 minus 6. Next time interval is 6 minus 4. And distance is 18 minus 12. See, in every 2 second time interval, the object covers 6 meter. So, when x versus t graph is a straight line, okay, object moves with a constant speed. That is uniform motion. So, if object cover equal distance in equal time interval, then it performs. Okay, so if the object cover equal distance in equal time interval, then we can say it performs uniform motion. See, what we have seen here, time interval is same, distance covered during each time interval is also same. So in that case, we say it moves with a constant speed or velocity. Okay. Now see, very interesting thing about such type of graph. Okay. So x versus t graph. First, the object is at rest. See what we have seen here, the position time interval changes. So the time changes but position do not change. So if x versus t graph is parallel to time axis, object is at a rest or stationary. Okay? If x versus t graph is parallel to the time axis, you studied about the parallel lines in the earlier standard. Okay? Now let us say this is one line and this is a second line. Parallel to time axis, object is stationary. Now, if object covers equal distance in equal time interval, then it performs uniform circular motion. Uniform motion. Okay, here in uniform motion, object covers equal distance in equal time interval. We say it moves with a constant speed or velocity. See, if x is a distance, then we'll get speed. If x is a velocity, then we'll get velocity. Okay, so see, the more regarding the graph we'll take in the next lecture. Thank you.